Warning: if the topic of psychological manipulation and emotional enslavement of women offends you, I want you to stop watching this video. And if you want to continue, you must agree never to use this knowledge to hurt women. Deal? Great. Let's start. First of all, understand this. You need to be aware that the following method I'm about to share is only for use by men who have accepted their true nature as a manipulator of women. I know, it sounds insidious, but the truth is every single human being is a manipulator. And although it sounds harsh, if you want a woman to fall in love with you, you must manipulate her. I'm going to let you in on a secret technique which I use when I talk to women. It's a method which I learned from master manipulator and seduction guru Derek Rake, who is famous for his work, the Shogun Method. First of all, guys need to understand that females don't talk to themselves like they talk to guys. Basically, this means that if you are to speak to a female the same way she talks to herself, her subconscious will believe it to be her own thoughts. This is the key to implanting ideas in her head. So, how do we get the thoughts we want into her head? We use a technique called Implanted Commands. An implanted command is a tool that will subconsciously implant desired thoughts inside a woman's mind. It is a phrase which forms the part of a sentence, which if spoken on its own would be a direct command. However, the phrases surrounding the command in the sentence will camouflage the implanted command so that it goes undetected by your target's conscious mind. In Derek Rake's words, what a woman cannot detect, she cannot resist. Implanted commands work perfectly because you are targeting her subconscious. Therefore, your attempts at seduction will be completely overt. So what is an implanted command? There are 44 implanted command patterns inside the Shogun method, but I'm going to share with you my personal favorites. I won't tell you to fall in love with me right here, right now, because I want it to come naturally to you. With this command, your target can't disagree with you because you won't tell her to do anything anyway. Additionally, the word because has the effect of imposed authority, which strengthens the implanted command on a subconscious level. Would you live your new, exciting life with me, or would you leave the boyfriend who is treating you so badly? Notice here that both options are favorable to you. You're basically playing a game you couldn't lose. You would let your eyes close, relax, and release all your inhibitions, would you not? Would you not is a particularly useful way to close an implanted command because it makes the command transition into something which seems to be quite docile. Additionally, it is designed to be confusing so that it completely stumps the conscious mind, they're making the command particularly difficult to block. These are just 3 of the 44 commands inside the Shogun method. Don't feel overwhelmed though, because you won't need to master all 44 commands to see results. In fact, most practitioners of the Shogun method achieve great success by picking their favorite few commands and devoting time to mastering them. With these implanted commands, you will easily be able to make sure that any woman you desire will be unable to get you out of her mind. If you combine an implanted command with a covert mind control technique such as fractionation, then you can expect some pretty explosive results. Of course, if you have heard of fractionation before, you'll know just how effective it is when it comes to making a woman fall in love with you quickly and easily. However, I do have to let you know that a mind control technique like fractionation can be easily abused. And indeed, there are psychopaths who deliberately use mind control to hurt women. And for this reason, we must control who gets access to this knowledge. So this is what you need to do. At the end of this video, you'll find an opt-in form for you to enter your name and email. Please use your best email address. And after you have entered your details, you'll be redirected to a new page with instructions on how to receive your very own invite to the Fractionation Online Masterclass. Remember to follow the instructions carefully to check if you qualify for the masterclass. Good luck!